What's up, everybody? It is the Best Spot Kid Smooth, and I'm back with another video. So today I'm going to talk about the PlayStation State of Play, which took place yesterday. I couldn't watch it live. It took place at the end of my work shift, and by the time I got home, it was over. So I had to rewind it, watch it again, and it was cool. 29 minutes. Off the rip, man. I'm gonna just give you guys straight up like my thoughts on it. Grade probably say 7.5, 8 out of 10. Wasn't bad, wasn't like the best thing I've ever seen, but it wasn't bad. As a fan of gaming and whatnot, it did have some cool, interesting stuff in there, like a lot of interesting stuff in there that I was excited for. And the crazy thing is that I primarily play on Xbox. I felt like this showcase kind of gave me a good idea of what I can look forward to gaming on Xbox and even PC at this point. And of course, there's some things on PlayStation that I thought were interesting that if they are only on PlayStation, I would definitely, play. But this also showcase also solidified, my, subscription to PlayStation Plus, the I forgot how, I think the extra tier. And I got one prediction right so far. So they kicked off this show with Resident Evil 4 remake. Now, we all knew this was coming. We had screenshots that leaked. It was obviously the only right thing to do after we got the Resident Evil 2, the Resident Evil 3 remake. This is arguably the best one of all time, and obviously it's the remake everyone's been waiting for. It is coming. I know it says it's coming to PS5. It's actually coming out March 23rd for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. I'm not sure if I'll get it. I ain't gonna lie. I played this, like, I'm not like BG who played it on every platform. I literally bought Resident Evil 4 once, and that's when it was on the GameCube as an exclusive. And I got to a certain point. I honestly don't even know when I beat it. I'm one of those dudes that played this game in 2004. And I didn't bother buying the re-releases and whatnot. So, Street Fighter 6, which was the second game that they showed, which looked impressive. Honestly, wasn't the biggest fan of Street Fighter 5. I have it on PC, played it. It did the whole campaign and whatnot. Not really good at the head-to-heads and playing experienced players, but this one has another side to it. Like they're gonna have like an actual open campaign of your own fighter. It looks like they got some sort of open world. It kind of changing up the monotony of what Street Fighter is. And I think it's cool. I think it's going to hit. I think it's going to hit more of a casual market. And it looks cool. Now the best news is, shortly after this premiered, other publishers and manufacturers was able to confirm the game. So like Xbox was able to confirm that it is coming out on Xbox in 2023. So I'm looking forward to that. So once we get a confirmed date, I'll probably pick that up. So Capcom really got this showcase going. And then after that, there was the Final Fantasy 16 that was shown off. Now, I know people were kind of like really making a big deal about this, but I didn't think the game looked that impressive. They were showing some gameplay elements and then mixing it in with like CGI cutscenes and whatnot, and then back to gameplay. I know there's a lot of Final Fantasy fans. I can really care less. This was not a game I'm looking forward to, but there's a lot of people that was looking forward to this game. They confirmed the release date is summer 2023. Now, this was a little bit surprising to me because I just assumed the game would be ready later this year, if not early next year, like a February, like March type game. So when the summer 2023 kind of threw me off a little bit because of all the games that they've been showing over the last couple years. Final Fantasy 16 looked like it was kind of ready for prime time, like it was actually closest to releasing. But nonetheless, I mean, that's coming next year. We got a date for that next summer. Resident Evil Village got a PSVR 2 reveal. You guys know me, I don't really care to PSVR, so this part of the show I tuned out because I don't really care for PSVR. I'm not looking forward to it. It's just not my thing. So I'm pretty sure VR fans are, excited for the new additions. Resident Evil Village Horizon Call of the Mountain was shown. A new Walking Dead was shown. And then No Man's Sky is going to support the new PSVR. So all good announcements for the PSVR. Hopefully, I don't know when is it coming next year or is it early next year? I don't know. But like, if you're interested in VR, I'm pretty sure those had to be what really like pushed you, you know, to make you feel good about the event. Now, the next thing was this game. This I call what is it? Sifu Part 2, right? And not because they're anything alike. It's just these smaller games that get super overhyped, I think, for the sake of being exclusive to PlayStation. And this game is Stray. Now, the concept does look dope. I ain't gonna lie. The concept does look pretty cool. And it's coming out. They got the confirmed launch date, July 19th and it's launching day and date on PlayStation Plus, but you have to be a part of the extra and premium tiers. I forgot. I get the names mixed up. It's essential, extra, and I think premium. So I'm going to play it because I said on Weapon Wheel, I said, hey, I'm looking forward to the game, but I'll play it if they launch it in PlayStation Plus day one. I'll play it there. And that's what they're doing. So my subscription is like, all right, I'm getting the game out of the subscription that I'm looking forward to playing, and that is Stray. Thought it looked good. They had a nice little gameplay demo that they displayed. I thought it was cool. Launches day and date in PlayStation Plus, so I thought that was a plus. Play on words, right? Marvel Spider-Man series coming to PC. Now, this was a surprise because when they first played it, I thought it was like, it must be Returnal, you know what I mean? But then they showed that Marvel logo, and I'm like, oh, Spider-Man. And yes, Spider-Man Remastered, the one they just did re-release for the PlayStation 5 in 2020. A lot of people saying it's a 4-year-old game, but they want to, they were hyping this game when it was remastered only 2 years later. But it's being remastered for PC, and it's coming out August 12th. So we got a date on Spider-Man before we got a firm date on Uncharted. And I must say, it wasn't shown in the state of play, but it came out shortly after the trailer in the blog post that Miles Morales is also coming to PC, but it will be coming in the fall. And I played both games, beat both games, and thoroughly enjoyed both games. This is a game I don't mind playing again, and I think I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to playing Spider-Man, both of them, on my PC with an Xbox controller and playing in fidelity mode, right, on PC at 60 frames or better. That's what feels good. It's like, I know everybody was overhyped about the whole performance ray tracing when they enable VR and whatnot, which is cool. I still think it's a great feature. But me and for the devices I have, having a PC that's more powerful than my consoles, or even if it's just slightly, I'm able to like play Spider-Man without that compromise. It was like I think Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank and stuff have some of the best ray tracing on consoles, but now I'm able to properly experience it without having to trade off the frame rate, and I think that's going to be great. Looking forward to playing that on PC. So that's going to be a game I double dip on. Same thing with the Uncharted. We don't have a date for Uncharted yet, but it's supposed to be coming out in the summer. I didn't buy it or rebuy it on PS5. The edition, whatever edition, the Legacy of Thieves edition, whatever. I will buy it again on a PC because I feel like I have more of an incentive to replay it again on a PC than I do playing on a PS5. I wasn't a fan of the upgrades available on the PS5, and so that's why I'm opting to play it on PC. Also on the Xbox controller, get my Tomb Raider fix. So I thought that was pretty big, pretty big for PC gamers who are PlayStation fanboys but don't want to admit it. That has to feel like some sort of internal win. Skate parks, not skate parks, but Rollerdrome. This is by the dudes that make Ollie Ollie World. This looks dope. You're on rollerblades and you're shooting. It's like a rollerblade deathmatch. If it's multi-plat, good, I'll get it on Xbox. But if it's an exclusive to PlayStation or whatever, whatever, I will get it, and hopefully it launches in the PlayStation Plus. But if not, I thought it looked good enough, so I'll be supporting that. There's also the game Callisto Protocol, which we're showing. They're showing gameplay of that. It's coming out in December. Looks like a Dead Space inspired game. Graphically, it does look good. I'm kind of iffy on horror games. I don't dive deep first into horror games. They're not like my most anticipated games. I try to stay wary of them. I don't do well with horror as a video game because I can watch a horror movie. I can't play a horror video game because I'm interacting with it, and it's obviously most horror movies are about 90 minutes. A game, you know what I mean? I mean, at best you're looking at 6 to 10 hours for like a horror video game, and you have to spend multiple days with it. Not sure I want to do that, so I'll probably live vicariously through someone else playing it, but it does look cool, so I have nothing negative to say about that. And then the season, A Letter of Future, didn't really care. Tunic, no longer an Xbox exclusive. It's coming to PlayStation in a few months. And Eternal Nights, which is a action adventure dating sim, whatever it is. Thought it looked alright. I wasn't really checking for it, but it was a nice showcase. 29 minutes, showed gameplay, wasn't fluff, and it was quality gameplay. It didn't seem like a bunch of shovelware stuff. Like, it was quality games that were shown. They kicked it off with like major games, back-to-back major games. Resident Evil 4, major. Street Fighter 6, major. Final Fantasy 16, major to those who are fans of the series. And then you got the Resident Evil Village VR and all the VR content that was talked about. And then you have like getting that release date for Stray, Marvel Spider-Man coming to PC, Callisto Protocol being like the last major game to close out the show with a December 2022 release date. So yeah, I give this show like a 7.5 out of 10. It's like I said, and the reason why I'm giving it the grade, it's not that I think anything was bad. It's just that the showcase get graded based off what I'm interested in. I was not interested in anything for VR, and I'm not interested in Final Fantasy. Resident Evil 4, I think is cool. I think that's a national win. Street Fighter 6, I'm excited for it, but I'm more excited for the fact that it's actually coming to Xbox this time around, and I don't have to only either buy it on PlayStation or PC. I can actually enjoy the game on the Xbox. So that I felt like that was good. Marvel Spider-Man, like I said, we know these PlayStation games are coming to PC. I know a lot of people said Spider-Man would never. That would be the straw that won't. That and The Last of Us would probably be the ones that don't come. But this one came a lot sooner than I anticipated, and I think it's cool. And I look forward to playing. So PlayStation is going to be making more money off of me because unfortunately I will be double dipping there. And when you have like games like these hits like Stray and Roller Drome that show off pretty well, yeah, they had a solid showcase. For those saying this is like a 9, a 10, or this may have been the best state of play for PlayStation. But then again, what do you call the state of plays when they showed off games like The Last of Us and it was a focused state of play? God of War when it was a focus. Days Gone. I don't know if I can say that's this was better than that when they're focused on one game. You kind of get everything you need from one game. But when you compare it to State of Plays where they cover multiple games at a time, then yeah, this is probably the best State of Play. Now, is this like the benchmark for the rest of the summer? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think it was good, but I think an EA showcase, if they had one, would trump this. An Ubisoft, if they was doing one this year, which the Bandai could do a showcase and easily trump this because they have a lot of content. They will show a lot of meaningful content. Obviously, the Xbox and Bethesda game showcase, which is taking place next Sunday, it's going to have a lot of heavy hitters there. So when you guys say this is like a 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 of a showcase, I'm like, no, this is probably one of the better State of Plays in a while, but I don't think it's like, this is not a benchmark for what's to come for the remainder. It was a nice way to open up the summer showcases and whatnot, and I'm looking forward to everything else that's going to be showed this summer. But let me guys know what your thoughts on the State of Play. I think State of Play for the first time, it made me feel good as an Xbox gamer and PC gamer. But the crazy thing is, I think it's only one of the games that I'm actually interested in on the PlayStation console, which is Stray. But It is what it is, man. Thank you guys for watching. We'll talk to you guys later. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Peace.